Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Abinyamanga Media for today's stories and detailed analysis from Kenya and all the four corners of the world. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to our channel. I hope that you're doing fine, and I hope that this video does find you in good health. And in case you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and also like this video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Muturi has been dropping bombshells day after day. Before he was fired, where he was addressing issues of abductions, and after he has been fired, now he has come out to even give more details of how unfit this government is. Yesterday, he actually went on air to eat on the president, where he said that the president is not fit to hold office. And if you missed that statement from Muturi, this is what he said about this existing government.
I think William RUTO is one person with two personalities. The William RUTO that presents himself to the public is a completely different character from the one that sits behind in the office and crafts stuff. I think that kind of person is quite a dangerous character. I think William RUTO is actually unfit for the position of President of the Republic of Kenya. I have come sadly to that conclusion. And I have no bitterness. For me, I just feel my own assessment. When I watch William RUTO sometimes talking to members of cabinet and see him say, I do not want to see corruption in my government. Then I start wondering, who is this talking? And now still Attorney General. And he knows, William RUTO knows. Even he used to say to me, when his relationship with Uhuru began going south, he would call me and ask me, JB, what is happening? What happened to my friend? What? In fact, let me disclose to the nation. In January 2020, because their relationship was getting so strained, I sought the intervention of the religious sector, and I had a breakfast meeting with Cardinal John Jue, and I pleaded with him to call other senior clergy of his stature and go and sit these two people down. So, because I was seeing it was getting bad. So even with regard to him, William RUTO and his former deputy, around the month of April of last year, I actually had tea with him. Now that he is the one who has begun this thing, by saying the things he said at Iftar and at Sagana State Lodge, I think I'm at liberty also to say. Speak. I approached him, I told him, I see there's something that is happening between you and your deputy. What is the problem? What is wrong? Why can't two people, because it's affecting, I think it's affecting the way we will operate as a cabinet. Because we don't want to be seen to be accused of being pro this and anti.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, as I told you that we are experiencing interesting times ahead of 2027. More things will happen, more revelations are going to come out, and even right now I'm speaking, regions are slowly ganging up against government. For instance, the president in this week has been having a visit to the Mount Kenya region, a region that overwhelmingly supported his 2022 presidency. But you saw what happened in Embu. You saw what happened when Kimani Ichung'wah was booed. Actually, those people gave the respect to the president because of the local leaders who support the president. They just gave the respect to the president. But other leaders have got quite hard time to address some congregation in other places in the Mount Kenya region, which sends an indication that the Mount Kenya region is already gone. And in 2027, they will be voting somewhere else. And listen, gentlemen, I've always said that in case that the Mount Kenya region votes as a solid block, they control 30% voting popularity of the nation. They only need 21% to win presidency. They already have 30%. If they put their vote together, they only need 21% to win presidency. And that's why the president has had to go there and talk to the people who supported him in 2022, at least to see that he can at least change a little bit, or try to retrieve the trust he had before 2022 and after the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, which led to the people of the Mount Kenya region feeling betrayed. But equally to the Western region is also putting its people together. I saw the DAPK party leader Eugene Wamalwa and some of the leaders around him, the likes of Peter Salasya and a lot of leaders, receiving people who have left ODM to the DAPK party. And this is also an implication that Western also is coming together. They are forming an alliance of the Western people. And even PK Salasya is now organizing a Western tour where he's going to rally their people to come together. That not being enough, there is the Tawe movement of Natembea, who's been addressing challenging times that are happening and how the economy is very harsh to people through the Tawe movement, and he's put the people together. You can, if you go to Western or if you're from Western, you can send a comment in the comment section, and it's unanimously being agreed that Western for the first time are trying to consolidate their vote so that in 2027 they can vote as one people, because they have for a very long time felt to be sidelined. The Gusii region long left the ODM party. They are actually preparing for the return of Fred Okengo Matiang'i, who is around to come May, or if not this month, probably next month, because right now there is already a committee that is preparing for his grand return, where he'll come and seek some consultations within the country before he officially announces his presidency for the 2027 bid. Mount Kenya region, you can see that they are taking a different direction. Western region, they are taking a different direction. Nyanza region, part of it, good part of it, because Nyanza also enjoys overwhelming votes of Kisii region and Kuria region. They are also, part of it is also gone. What about Nairobi region? Nairobi region contains a lot of people who we call the payslip holders, the Gen Z. Here is where you find people who are really facing the economy. Here is where people really know when things have changed in prices. They also give you, or will give you, a different opinions towards the government of the day. And through this, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that things are unfolding slowly by slowly. And before 2027, we'll be having interesting times. And the side of Kenya Kwanza must go back to the drawing board and try to see what strategies they lay down to ensure that they compete in the 2027 presidency effectively. Others, you can tell me what you think in the comments section. Do you think that the group of people coming out against the government, and especially President RUTO, are people who have their interest, who want their political interest, or are people who feel that the government has not served the Kenyans well? Others, enjoy your weekend and stay safe. Remember to subscribe and like this video. Be safe whenever you are.